name is Corey Hyde.
Ms. Hyde, what do you do for a living?
Well, currently I am working as Miss Bancroft's executive personal assistant at the Black Bear Casino.
And as Avery Bancroft's personal assistant, what are your duties?
Oh my gosh, what don't I do? Okay, if she's thirsty, I get her a water. If she's hungry, I get her a snack. I'm there scheduling her meetings, managing her calendar. Basically, I am the calm in her storm.
Ms. Hyde, since you're the first witness to testify in today's case, could you tell the members of the jury what exactly is the Black Bear Casino?
Oh, of course, yeah, it's this nice casino here in Midlands. I'm a little biased, but I would say it's the best. You know, very glamorous, high class, glitzy. I fit right in.
Ms. Hyde, do you ever help out with your boss on the business end of things?
Oh yeah, which is a really exciting opportunity for me because I want to be a professional lady someday. So when the opportunity came up to help Miss Bancroft with her new proposal for the casino, I made sure everything was perfect before I sent it off.
And this proposal that you helped Miss Bancroft prepare, who was it prepared for?
Oh, it goes to it's called the Midlands Gambling Commission. It's basically this group of people that decide what gets to happen with all of the casinos here in Midlands.
And did anyone from the commission contact you about your proposal?
Oh yeah, that was on March 31st. I get a call, right? And he says his name is Mickey Keenan, he's an auditor in the commission's office, and I need to come in to talk about the proposal. So I'm like, okay, I gotta do this for my boss, so I set up a meeting right away, actually for the next day to talk to him.
And how did that meeting with this man, Mickey Keenan, go?
Well, at first it was pretty normal, you know, he's just talking about the proposal, asking me questions, and then all of a sudden it changes, right? I can feel it in the air. He pulls out a police badge. I know, right? And he says he's an undercover cop, and he thinks that there's a murder
Objection,
happening.
Your Honor, to hearsay.
Your Honor, whether or not Mickey Keenan's really an undercover cop or not, doesn't matter to us. Not being offered for the truth of the matter, but rather the effect that this had on Miss Hyde.
Your Honor, I think they are using it for the truth of the matter. They did not explain why they're using it for subsequent actions.
I'm going to overrule, but if it goes further than that, I invite you to renew your objection.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. Hyde, you were just telling us how you found out that this man, Mickey Keenan, was an undercover cop. Could you continue telling us what that meeting was like?
Well, yeah, I mean, he tells me he's an undercover cop, that he thinks there's a bribe happening with the commission of Miss Bancroft, and that I should help
Objection,
him.
Your Honor, to hearsay.
Yeah, I'm going to sustain now. I think we have the point.
Any testimony that was elicited be stricken from the
That's
record.
fine.
Your Honor, may I ask a question about
Sure.
the objection? What is being stricken?
Seriously.
I know, but what is being stricken from the record, the portion where he's an undercover
Well,
cop?
I think all we got to was she was getting ready to say what he said, and so from that point forward, I don't think she really got very far. The objection came, so I don't think much is stricken.
Yes, Your Honor.
Be clear, Your Honor, the meeting is happening, but what Mr. Keenan was saying is
Exactly.
So, Ms. Hyde, after this meeting occurred, what was your job in this man's investigation?
Well, I was supposed to set up meetings with my boss, Miss Bancroft, and Mr. Covington. He's the chair of the Midlands Gambling Commission.
Were you familiar with Chase Covington before this investigation began?
Oh yeah, I had seen him, you know, meet him with Miss Bancroft before. I had even seen him around the casino gambling. I think they knew each other.
Is Mr. Covington?
Objection, Your Honor, speculation.
Overruled.
Sorry.
Ms. Hyde, is Mr. Covington sitting in court today?
Oh yes, yes he is.
Could you identify him?
Yes, he's the gentleman sitting right on the end there. He's wearing a blue shirt and a blue and white striped tie.
Your Honor, let the record reflect that the witness has correctly identified the defendant.
So noted.
So when you were ordered to arrange meetings between yourself, Miss Bancroft, Mickey Keenan, and the defendant, did you?
I did. The first one I set up was on April 13th. I made a reservation in the Black Bear Hotel in room 312.
And who was supposed to be present at this meeting?
Okay, so then it was myself, you know, my boss, Miss Bancroft, Mr. Covington, of course, and Mr. Keenan.
Well, I'd like to talk about this meeting and what happened at it. Could you tell us if anything unusual happened at this meeting?
Well, I mean, yeah. At first the meeting starts normal as always, you know, this business proposal, talking business, all that good stuff. And then all of a sudden, Mr. Covington says, you know, that's all well and good. I like a nice casino as much as anybody. But what do you have for me?
Do you know what the defendant was asking for?
I mean, at the time I wasn't sure, but then he kept talking, and I think it became pretty clear, at least in my opinion.
What else did the defendant say?
Well, he said that he was going to need, ready for this, 250,000 reasons to vote for Miss Bancroft's proposal.
Other than 250,000 reasons, did the defendant ask you for anything else?
He turns to Miss Bancroft and he points to his briefcase and goes, I could use a new one of these if you catch my drift.
Ms. Hyde, the defendant asked your boss for a briefcase. What did you and your boss decide to do?
I mean, well, I ordered one. I went online to, it's www.tobysupplies.com. It's kind of like an everything online store.
Objection,
And I
Your Honor,
found
lack
one.
of foundation may be heard.
Sure, you can hear.
They asked, what did you and your boss do? Now, she can only testify as to what she did, and therefore they haven't laid the foundation that Avery Bancroft, in fact, ordered this briefcase.
Your Honor, there's no foundation that needs to be laid. She's not offering an opinion. She's telling exactly her lay testimony and remembering what happened.
I did not hear her testify to anything that Mr. Bancroft did other than in her initial phrase. So I'm going to overrule the objection, but I invite you to renew if we do start talking.
Yes, sir.
And Ms. Hyde, you were talking about how you were going to order a briefcase. Could you finish to the members of the jury what you were saying?
Yeah, of course. So like I said, I went on www.tobysupplies.com. It's like this everything kind of online store. I found a briefcase that I thought, looks just like the one that Mr. Covington pointed to in the meeting, and I ordered one.
Would you recognize that briefcase if I showed it to you today?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Ms. Hyde, is this the briefcase that you ordered for your boss?
I mean, that looks just like the one that I ordered online.
Well, where did you put this briefcase after it had arrived?
Well, I put it in my boss's office, in Miss Bancroft's office.
And Ms. Hyde, when was the last time you saw that briefcase?
That would be on April 16th.
And where was the briefcase at that point?
Well, at this point, I'm walking into my boss's office because I have a question for her. And I walk inside and I see that briefcase sitting open on her desk. And she is putting at least $200,000 into that briefcase.
Ms. Hyde, with you, your boss, and the briefcase full of $200,000, where were you going?
Well, we will go into another meeting with Mr. Covington.
Ms. Hyde, you said that was on April 16th. Could you tell the members of the jury what happened the very next day?
Well, yeah, April 17th, that was the big day of the vote. They were going to vote on who got the new casino license.
And how did that vote go?
Well, Miss Bancroft got it. Mr. Covington was the swing vote.
Thank you, Ms. Hyde. Your Honor, I have no further questions at this time.